I am every woman, it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. Whoa, 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 whoa. I am every woman, it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to Miss LPD's channel called I'm Every Woman. I'm a mother, a daughter, a sister, a friend, a colleague, and a lover. It's all in me. So if you are looking for all things women, sit back, relax, and enjoy. That's not to say if you are not woman, you are not welcome to this channel. Everybody is welcome. Grown ups, that is. The more, the merrier. Especially if you want to understand women in your life, this is the channel for you. So as you can see today, we are in the kitchen, which means we're going to be doing something to do with the kitchen. We're going to be baking a marble cake. We're going to bake a marble cake today. I already have my spatula in my hand. If I hit it against my hand like this, I'm reminded of the time when my kids were still young. I used to use the spatula to punish them. Yes, I was one of those moms. I didn't spare the rod, okay? But of course, I did it in a reasonable way. So I used to call it a bum smacker. When I tell them to get the bum smacker from the kitchen, they knew trouble. They are in serious trouble. I'd be like, go get the bum smacker from the kitchen. My older son was the one who was always the victim of the bum smacker. Because he always seemed to get himself into trouble. So I'll be looking at him with an angry face, like, go get the bum smacker from the kitchen. And the other two siblings would be standing nearby, already feeling sorry for him and worried, as well, that, oh my goodness, he's in trouble yet again. But the sibling who's in trouble would be standing there, still pleading with me to not hit him with the bum smacker, and he'd be already brushing his palms like this. I'm sorry, mommy, trying to apologize to me, trying to get mercy from me. I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, mommy. I'm not going to do it again. Please forgive me. I'm sorry, mommy. And I'd be like, no, you have to get punished. You really have to go get punished. Just go get the bum smacker from the kitchen. And usually one of the siblings would be like, mommy, I can go get it for you. And then they've run off to get the bum smacker from the kitchen. So this came very handy for those who give mommy a hard time. I'll give them a hard time right back. But this was many years ago. My children now are all young adults. So we're going to be chit-chatting as we bake our marble cake. In fact, I need to just finish off my green tea. I had to warm it up in the microwave because it got cold when I was preparing for this episode. I drink a lot of green tea. It's my go-to tea. Like, I drink it daily, and I've been drinking it for many years. I think more than 15 years now. When my journey of green tea started, it wasn't easy, hey? Anyone who drinks green tea would know it's not the tastiest. In fact, it just doesn't taste nice at all. Even the flavored one, it still just doesn't taste nice. But we drink it, we forget about the fact that it doesn't taste nice. because we consider the benefits that it gives. For me, I've seen ever since I started drinking it, I've seen amazing results. Um, the glow alone, you can see I have a natural glow about me. Besides the makeup, but I do have a bit of makeup right now, and the, the filter of the camera also helps. But generally, I do have a glow, and the secret is here in the green tea that I drink every day. So I'm drinking it. I'm drinking it right now because I'm gonna be eating the marble cake afterwards. So I'm trying to feel less guilty. Um, I'll console myself that well, at least I, you know, drank some green tea before indulging in the cake, and later on I'm gonna have another mug before I go to bed. I'm gonna have another mug of green tea. I try to drink at least two of these big mugs of green tea every day. So, in fact, I decided to get the benefits for those of you who are not familiar with green tea, so that you familiarize yourself with the benefits that green tea does to a person besides the glow. So, it helps prevent lung and throat cancer, it stimulates blood circulation, it helps control high blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes. It detoxifies, it stimulates metabolism, it relieves fatigue and body pains, it cleanses kidney and bladder. So you see, it's really worth all the distaste. You forget about it when you consider all the benefits. Where were we? Oh, I was still saying we're gonna be making marble cake. Marble cake originated from Germany. It's also called a zebra cake because the butter, by butter I mean the mixture of flour, water, eggs, and things. We call it butter because the butter you mix two butters, vanilla butter and chocolate butter, and once it's mixed, it makes like a zebra kind of look. Hence, it's also called the zebra cake, marble cake or zebra cake. But for me, because I'm trying to be fancy, I have to try to be a bit different with my recipes. I can't bore you guys with the usual way of doing things. Instead of using cocoa powder for the brown part of the cake, we're gonna be using this. I'm fancy like that. Means excellence. I'm going to melt this um, um, Lindt chocolate. It's got 70% cocoa. So I'm gonna mix that with vanilla butter to get that strictness of the marble cake. Let me finish off my green tea. Okay, we have our ingredients ready and our utensils that we're going to use, and the oven has been warmed up. It's still continuing to warm up, getting ready for us to pop the cake inside. We're going to need flour. Here are the ingredients and my utensils. We're going to need flour, just 1 cup of flour, and sugar. I don't want to use too much sugar. They said 2/3 of sugar, but I'm just going to use half a cup of sugar. Um, and then we're going to use 2 eggs. Make sure they are at room temperature. And then the usual baking powder, oil. I prefer using Exceller oil. In fact, at our age, you should always try to do better when it comes to choosing things that you're going to put in our mouths. So when you buy anything with a heart symbol, like this one here,
it means it's been endorsed by the Heart Foundation. That means it's a healthier option compared to other options. And since the Exela sunflower oil is one of those oil that comes with this emblem, I prefer using it. And then the usual salt, pink salt, in this case, like I say, um, we do things in a healthier way in this house. By the way, those who did not get the opportunity of watching my debut episode, my very first episode when I started out on these YouTube streets, I did mention that on this channel, we're also going to be educating each other. We'll be sharing ideas, sharing knowledge, sharing information, empowering each other. So it's not only this channel is not only about baking and chit chatting. We learn from each other. I try to bring through some information, and you guys are more than welcome to also, give out any extra information on the comment section. Okay, so we've got our baking powder, and I've already measured out here the baking soda. What's the other alternative name again? The oh gosh, how can I forget the name now of this thing? I already measured out half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, and we're going to use. Oh, did I mention the eggs? 2 eggs which will be at room temperature, and our vanilla essence. And we're also going to need milk. We're going to need milk, just half a cup of milk. So it's going to be sugar, oil, eggs, flour, baking powder, baking soda or bicarbonate of soda, milk, and then the vanilla essence. With sugar, like I said, I'm just going to use half a cup of sugar. I prefer brown sugar. And for oil, you use one third of a cup, which is 80 mils, 2 eggs at room temperature, 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, half a teaspoon bicarbonate of soda, half cup of milk, and lastly 1 teaspoon vanilla. I just want to talk a little bit about the benefits of dark chocolates. You can see this chocolate has 70% cocoa. Cocoa has a lot of benefits, and I did some notes here about that. What brown chocolate actually does for us, what benefits dark chocolate has for us. It reduces free radicals. Some of you may not understand what free radicals are, but free radicals is a type of molecule that is made during normal cell metabolism. When cells are made, free radicals an unstable type of molecule which is made during normal cell metabolism. And when they build up, when these kind of molecules build up in the cells, they cause damage to other molecules, which may lead to cancer. Once there's some instability, some unfavorable process happening to the cells, it may lead to cancer. In fact, it I think always leads to cancer. So one of the biggest advantages or benefits of dark chocolates is that it reduces those free radicals. Okay, so that's the first point. It also improves blood flow. I know for a fact that if there's good blood flow in your body, you experience less cellulite. Cellulite is minimized in your body. us ladies do not, we absolutely hate cellulite. So there you have it. Try to include dark chocolate in your diet so as to minimize the amount of cellulite in your body. It also lowers blood pressure. It was interesting when I went through these notes because most of them are the same. The benefits that dark chocolate gives to a body is almost the same as the benefits you get when you drink green tea, as you're going to find out. So it improves blood flow. I think we mentioned that when we were talking about the benefits of green tea. And we definitely mentioned that it lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol, bad cholesterol, it lowers it. It reduces inflammation. It reduces inflammation. Uh, it reduces insulin resistance. You don't want to have insulin resistance because once you have insulin resistance, your blood sugar is increased, and you don't want to have blood sugar being increased in your body. It improves the brain's ability to make new connection between neurons. You think smarter if there's that smooth flow. You don't want to have an increased blood sugar in your body. The hormone insulin helps to control the amount of sugar or glucose in your body or in your blood. With insulin resistance, the body's cells don't respond normally to insulin. Your body cells don't respond normally to insulin once there's insulin resistance. Glucose can't enter the cells as easily once there's insulin resistance. So it builds up in the blood, and this can usually lead to type 2 diabetes. And it can take quite a number of years before your body gets to getting the type 2 diabetes, and you don't want that. Develops over time, and that's when your body can't use insulin properly, hence the term insulin resistance. So dark chocolate will definitely reduce the situation of insulin resistance. And another thing that I did not know is that it's best to um, eat dark chocolate before bedtime because it reduces stress by bringing about calmness and relaxation because it increases the production of serotonin. So when you eat your dark chocolate, the amount of serotonin in your body is increased. And with serotonin, um, so let's begin with our method. I'm going to start by beating the eggs. Our eggs, which are at room temperature. Come on, egg. We still do things the old-fashioned way here. Not using no electric mixer. We're just gonna use good old egg whisker. Whisk our eggs. And then we gradually add sugar. Remember, I had said I'm just going to use half a cup of sugar. Here's my sugar. My brown sugar, which I prefer. I nearly made a blunder here, but we are fine. We're going to be just fine. So gradually add the sugar. I'm trying to kill the lump here of sugar. Add our sugar gradually. More. For me, doing things the old-fashioned way, very therapeutic. I really enjoy it. It's like even when I'm like baking bread, I enjoy the whole method of like kneading is using your hands instead of using an electric mixer. You know, so I'm happy at doing this, honestly. And besides, I get to exercise my arms. We don't want no flabby arms. So 2 in 1. You bake and exercise at the same time. And you all know the benefits of exercising. Okay, let's get back to the method. We're gonna whisk those eggs, baby. Whisk those eggs and sugar. Here's our oil. We said we'll use 1/3. Okay, let me check here. My measuring cups. I think the red one is 1/3. Just making sure. Yeah, the red one is 1/3. So here we go with our oil. Into the mixture. Soon we're going to get ready to mix our flour to make the batter. Just a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Remember, I already put the bicarbonate of soda here, so I need to be careful when I handle these teaspoons. These spoons, because they're not all teaspoons. And make sure my bicarb doesn't end up with these ingredients. You know, the dry ingredients go together, the wet ingredients go together, so we can't afford the bicarbonate of soda going in here. Once you put the vanilla essence, you mustn't beat too hard, otherwise you're gonna lose the potency of vanilla essence. Okay, the dry ingredients now. 1 cup of flour. Come to me, cups. Just gonna scoop it up like this. My hands are clean. I did wash them. We sift. I'm sure everybody knows that. Sifting is very important. Then you can throw in our bicarbonate of soda. And here, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I don't throw this away, hey? No, this is plastic, this little plastic spoons or teaspoons that you get inside your medicine bottle, I never really throw them away. They come handy when it comes to measuring stuff. A little bit of salt, pinch of salt is what it's called. Pinch of salt. Maybe this much. Almost half of almost half of a quarter of a teaspoon. Half of a quarter of a teaspoon. The whole in there. And then you get ready to sift your flour. I've had this thing, the sifter, for such a long time. I decided to buy this kind when I was teaching my kids to bake. In fact, after I had taught them the pleasures of baking, became a bit of a problem each time when I'm just chilling and having a nice leisure time. They'll be like, "Mommy, can we bake?" And you know, with kids, when you say no, they will beg and plead with you until you feel guilty. They will remind you that, "But mommy, you said anytime we feel like baking, we should tell you. And it's a weekend, mommy. Why can't we bake?" You know, as a parent, you always have to come up with an excuse as to why you're saying no to whatever. They don't just accept your no just like that. So you need to say why you're saying no. But it helps because my daughter and my older son are very good at baking. They learned from their mama. Okay, then add this in here. And throw this in the sink because I don't think I'm going to need anymore. Then we mix our butter. I'm always tempted to say better, but it's pronounced butter, unfortunately for me. And then it kind of sounds wrong to say butter because the butter I know is the butter you put in your bread, in your scones, you know. A spread. For me, butter is a spread. But yeah, this kind of mixture is also called butter with an A, B-A-T-T-E-R. The milk. We need half a cup of milk. The blue cup from this set is the one that's half a cup. To continue mixing our butter. Let me close my milk before we get an accident if it's spilling. We don't want that happening. All right, here comes an interesting part, but which can also be tricky. So we're gonna pour this. Like this. It smells so nice. The aroma of the melted chocolate. By the way, I put a little bit of milk, like a teaspoonful of milk when I was melting my those four blocks of chocolate. I did put a bit of milk. The spatula is actually the best to use when you're trying to scrape out any remainder of anything, like the remainder of this melted, or the chocolate butter. Okay, this is how it looks. And then you kind of try to swirl it up like this. Swirl, swirl, kind of mix, you know, nicely, smoothly. You smell the butter to create that striped marble situation, zebra situation that we spoke about earlier. And you just hope for the best, like I'm hoping for the best right now. Hope this is gonna come out looking nice. By the way, believe it or not, it's my first time ever doing a marble cake. I trust myself that much that this will come out all right. Okay, so in it goes inside the oven, which is already nice and hot at 170 degrees, 170, 180 degrees. This is supposed to stay inside the oven for about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on your oven. But do not open the oven during baking time. All ovens come with the glass, is it called a lid? Glass closer, door. They come with the glass door. So you should be able to see, judge with your eyes through the glass door to see if, to gauge if the cake is ready to be taken out or not without necessarily opening the door. So let's do just that. We are back. I was on the phone with my friends on a video call, with my friends on a group call with my friends. They were laughing at me, saying, "Why are you looking so?" While you are at home, I was telling them, "My boy, guys, you've forgotten, my life has changed. I'm now a YouTuber. Should always look the part." I told them I'm busy with the video. My cake is still in the oven. Well, the cake is ready now. Crossing fingers, hoping it's going to look like a marble cake should look. Remember, I said I took a risk here, and I was baking the marble cake for the very first time. I'm like that anyway. When it comes to cooking and baking, I'm like that. I'll do while hosting visitors. Well, while I know that the visitors are going to come visit, I would decide to cook or bake something brand new that I've never done before. Yeah. Well, sometimes it's nice. It's an adventure to just take a chance and just, believe in yourself. Okay, here's my cake, nice and cool, ready for me to slice it up. Instead of unboxing, they unbox in the YouTube streets. What do you call it if you're not unboxing, if you're actually slicing a cake that you've never baked before? All right, let's see. Not bad. But I could have done better. In fact, I was supposed to put like a scoop of vanilla. I was supposed to put a scoop of vanilla butter, a scoop of the chocolate one. Vanilla, chocolate. Next time I'm going to do like that. Instead of putting the entire vanilla at the bottom and then put, like, you know how I did it? Put the vanilla at the bottom and then the chocolates on top, and then I kind of stirred it. That's not quite the way, but it really doesn't look bad, and I'm so glad that it's soft. Check, it's very soft. Now let's taste. I kid you not. This is very nice. So I'm gonna take half to my dear neighbor. I have a very nice and wonderful neighbor, super generous. He deserves this. Yes, it's a he. It's a he. He deserves this. He will just out of the blue, when he's going to the shops, and be like, "Lungi, I'm going to the shops. Don't you want anything? Lungi, I'm going to KFC. Don't you feel like chicken? Lungi, I'm going to Nando's. Lungi, I'm going to the liquor shop. Don't you want some liquor?" At first, when I was still new here, I used to say, "No, thanks," because I wasn't sure the ulterior motives, with us blacks. Kudliwa imali, kudliwe umuntu. So you just never know. Kudliwa imali, kudliwa umuntu. So you will say, "Of course, I would like some KFC. Of course, I'd like some sushi." And then one day, the person will knock at your door and be like, "It's payback time, baby. It's payback time. Nothing for mahala. Nothing for mahala." So I was scared of that. But over time, because I've been here for 4 years now, I've realized this is just nice. Mulungu. So I guess it's a Mulungu thing to do. For us darkies, sometimes when a man offers you services or gives you money or buys you stuff, sometimes you gotta think twice, because yeah. Anyway, asikho lapho. Story for another day. Today's seed up. Guys, this is so delicious. I'm sure he's really gonna like it. So since you're not trying to gain weight, I definitely will take like this much. All these parts, it's gonna go to him. I'm gonna go offer him. I'm sure he's gonna be very happy. I'm gonna wrap it nicely for him. Then he can have it with his coffee or tea. I know he has a sweet tooth, because when he invites me over, yes, I do go to his house to watch sports, or if he's having a braai, or if he's having people over, sometimes he would text me and say, "Lungi, I've got my friends over. Don't you want to come and join us?" Yeah, so I would come and join them. And I saw that, oh my gosh, every corner of his house, actually the whole house, every corner of his house, there's something sweet. There's a bowl of sweet somewhere. He's really into sweet things. Anyway, I hope he's not going to watch this episode. Yeah, so that's my marble cake, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that it's so nice. And it's so sweet. To think that I only used half a cup of sugar when they had recommended more than that. 2/3 is more than half a cup, right? I think so. So yeah. Perfecto. I've put my cake in here. This was a gift from a friend. I put my cake here, ready for me to take it to my neighbor tomorrow. It's at night now, so I can't be knocking at his door at night. We don't want him getting ideas now, do we? I baked these. They're almost finished. I baked these rusks. I was also baking them for the first time, believe it or not. And they came out perfectly. So before the winter is over, I'm going to bake them in front of you so you can see how it's done. There's absolutely no need for me to ever buy rusks again. They are quite a job, but it's worth it. And like I mentioned earlier, for me, it's very therapeutic. When I get my hands on the dough and everything, just doing everything myself from scratch, it's very nice, with nice music in the background, thoughts in my brains, the brain never stops thinking. So yeah, we've come to the end of our episode. for baking, but I still feel like talking. I actually wanted to talk about, no, I think let's let's end it for today. So I hope you will give it a try. We'll give baking a marble cake a try, and hopefully you're gonna do a better job than me. Okay, gotta go now till we meet each other again. Bye bye.